Hi, it's Matt Giggs and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, I've got some exciting content to share with you today, and it's all about one of the biggest, most spoken about, notoriously challenged subject in our industry, which is fees. And I'm going to talk to you about how you're going to raise your fees 101. I have worked in the market for a number of years, and this has always been the biggest challenge for estate agents. So I hope you're looking forward to finding out more. So before I go on and we talk about the subject for today, which is raising your fees, who am I? Who's Matt Giggs? Well, look, I've been in the agency industry for now 28 years. I started as a trainee, I've become a trainer, I've been a director, an MD, a company owner, and I've founded the Giggs Group. But for a long time now, I've been coaching and managing estate agents to improve their businesses. So if you're an estate agent who's looking to scale your career without sleaze, or you're a business owner in a estate agency, I suggest you continue watching. I've sold over £1 billion worth of property and so many transactions which have involved this subject today. So if you want to watch more and get access to new content, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the notifications bell, and I look forward to sharing some more with you. So how do you raise your fees 101? Well, it's such a big subject. It's such a powerful subject for improving your business's income, your revenues, your commissions, it's your future investment, it's your livelihood potentially. It's how you pay your team, it's how you reward people. It's a huge thing, right? And I know that's why there's so much pressure on agents to win the instruction and not build the trust. So for me, this is broken down into 3 parts. How you improve and raise your fees 101. It all starts with you. It all starts with your mindset. It all starts with how you believe mentally in what you do and what value you actually bring. And what I'm going to share with you today is how to mentally prepare yourself in order to detach yourself away from the competition, away from trying to win the instruction, but actually focus on building the trust. So for me, raising fees 101 isn't about me saying to you, go and ask for 2%, 3%, 1%, whatever it is. It's about what do you value yourself at. Because if you believe in your value, it's a lot easier for the person on the receiving end to connect with it. Yes, we're going to give you some tools in a minute and you'll understand what that actually looks like. But when I first started going out there, putting houses on the market, and I'm talking about the late 90s, it was exactly the same problem then. We were always up against another estate agent, maybe 2, maybe 3, or even more. And we were always thinking back then, how do I undercut? How do I overpromise the price in order to win the instruction? And that's the mental mistake. That's why number 1 is your mindset. Your mindset will dictate your skill set. Okay? Think about this just for a second. If you're going in there to win the instruction, to close for the business, how do you think that feels to the person on the receiving end? I'm going to get you to really change your perception of winning instructions. And I'm going to tell you now, right now, if you go out to give value, not get the instruction, you will win more trust. Okay? If you go out to give value, not to win the instruction, you are going to win more trust. So mentally, you've got to understand this principle, guys. It's very, very difficult to lose an instruction if you've won trust. So it's very difficult to lose a client if you've really won trust. Recently, I've lost a valuation, a listing, if you like. But what I've taken away from that is I've learned, I spent most of my time talking to the client, showing my knowledge and my experience, and almost to a degree, I think I was probably showing the fact that I was really keen to work with them, if that makes sense. So I was really probably feeling a little bit insecure while I was out there, if that makes sense, because I was so keen to get it. They mentioned to me that they've gone on this site where you go in and you get 3 estate agents to come out and value. I was one of the 3. So mentally, I'm in this block. I'm in this place where all of a sudden I'm thinking, I'm one of 3. but I'm not. I'm me. I'm one of one, right? There's nobody else. So when you're mentally preparing to go out there and see a client and to value their home, you are not competing with anyone else. You are just competing with yourself. So I want you to immerse yourself in two things: your preparation mentally and your appointment when you're in there, and how effectively present are you going to be on them, the answers to your questions, how you pick up on those nuances in order to build the relationship, in order to understand their needs, in order to give the best solutions for their journey forward. Because actually, I think it's a common misconception that fees are the reason why you don't win the listing. I think it's just trust. Because if I had someone round to my house today and I just felt they were talking at me a bit too much and they were a bit too keen, maybe desperate, I'm not sure I would want to use them either. So you've got to think about your mental preparation. And here's a tip for you about the mindset. Be prepared to lose and learn, right? Be prepared to lose and learn. You're not going to win everything, but what can you take away as a lesson for moving forward? So go in there not in fear of who you're competing with and if there's another estate agent going there. I want you to go in with focus. I want you to go in there and really understand that this appointment's going to be all about before, during and after. So mentally, how do you absolutely win before you've been? What's your process mentally? What's your process of actually being already ahead of your expectations, of their expectations before you've arrived? What's the communication been like before you've even gone there? So you know the client before you arrive. So mentally, you feel more prepared. Your mindset's on the game. You feel clear about the clients, the kind of clients that they are, what they're going to value the most. Is it going to be data? Is it going to be stories? Is it going to be inspiration? Is it going to be directness? So you're just giving the answers to the question. But you should know this, right, before you arrive. You can arrive at a property and just see from the outside what kind of clients you're just about to work with. You can see from the presentation. You can see from the communication that you've had before you arrive how important this appointment, this kind of client is going to be for you in terms of you communicating in the best way. So this is about mental preparation that I'm talking about. So there are steps here that you can make mentally. The first thing is to think about your value and believe in it, right? You've got to know why you are the agent for these clients to work with. And that's not going to be because you're undercutting and overpricing. It's because you are going to meet their needs. Okay, so during this process of believing in this and stacking up that value that you've got in yourself first, because you've got to pump that right up, you need to have things prepared. First of all, make sure you speak to them before. I've done another video on this. You're going to get to see this very, very soon. There are steps that you can make which are going to make a difference in laying out the structure of the appointment. So you are actually in control of getting them to their outcome. How about that for mental preparation? So that's mindset. That's all about mindset, because if you get your mindset right, the skill set will follow. So the next part, number 2, is what are you tangibly different to that client? Where is the value? Okay, what is the tangible value to that client, right? So what I'm going to say to you that you need to know right now is how good are you at working for this particular client? Because we're talking about clients that are selling their homes. So what are they going to want to see and feel that you have that will take you beyond anybody else? Well, one of the first things you need to know is what difference do you actually make for your existing clients, right? Now you can have testimonials for sure, people talking you up, absolutely 5-star reviews and the works. But really, most clients are already interested in what goes in their back pocket. It's their net value that you want to be focusing on. So the biggest thing that you want to talk about is how you negotiate with buyers, especially in 2023, where we are in a buyer's market. What value do you bring in terms of negotiation? So here's a tip for you guys. Look at your last 10 sales, look at the first offer that was made, and look at the offer that you got agreed. What's the gap there on each sale? multiply that by 10 and then divide it, right? You'll get your average, right? So if you've got 10 sales and your average negotiation is £10,000, that's £10,000 of demonstration to your client. That shows you that you can negotiate on their behalf. Now, if you think about the average price range in your area, it could be 300,000, 500,000, whatever it is, you'll have an average negotiation level. That shows them, that displays them, that evidences your value in their equity, okay? You can handle their equity. So that's a little tip there about that value that you can bring to the client. But let's not forget the other factors around the market. When you're in a buyer's market, you're seeing estate agents drop prices like there's no tomorrow, right? In one market that I've worked on with a client recently, the average price reduced in recent weeks was around 7% of their initial asking price. So you've got estate agents taking 7% of someone's equity. These figures are needed for your clients. They need to know what the landscape of the market is. This is all about your tangible value. Now, if you talk about the average equity reduction that vendors are making across your marketplace, and you're bringing to the table your value of negotiation, you're compounding your value as an estate agent. Now, if you haven't got those figures, then it's your time right now to go and find out what they are. Because if you don't know, how can you be prepared to answer those questions when it comes to why are you more expensive than the other agent? Well, at the start of it, you're not more than, most agents don't charge a fee up front these days, it's all on completion. So what's the risk if you invest in the right agent, right? That's what we're looking to get across here. It's your value, your tangible value. So number 3 is all about needs being met, not yours. Like I say, you've got to go in with a give, not a get mentality. You've got to go in, right? And understand what it is that they're looking to achieve. What are their goals? What are their desires? What are their outcomes? What's their impressions of the market? You need to be walking a mile in their shoes, not your brogues, okay? You need to be thinking about your clients, right? Not you. And when you're desperately trying to win an instruction because someone's going to give you a hard time or you want to pay the bills, whatever it is, it will come across. People smell desperation. And remember, desperation, no one buys desperation, but they bloody do buy confidence, right? So you've got to be confident that you know what they're looking to achieve. What is their goal? What is their outcome? Where are they looking to get to? You need to know this, number 3, and your plan will take care of it, okay? You need to have a plan. How many businesses, right, that I coach and mentor that have come to me and they've asked me to get my support, my help, and I ask them what are their goals, what do they want to achieve, and they give me those, but then I say, well, where's your plan? They don't have one. Right, come on, right? We're in 2023, you know how to build a plan. It doesn't have to be mega detailed, but you've got to be able to show someone how you're going to take them from where they are to their goals, to their dreams, to their desires, to their outcome. No matter what kind of vendor we're talking about, everyone needs to have a goal when it comes to selling their home. And if you don't know what it is and why that really matters, you're missing out. So number 3 is get the needs met. So there you have it. There are my 3 steps to raising your fees 101. Now I have so much more to give. I mean, they're just 3. It's because I don't want to take your time up all day today, but listen, you've got 3 things there to take away. So if you like them, give us a like, right? If you've got something to say or ask, pop that in the comments, but don't forget to subscribe, guys. You're going to get to see more and more content, which is going to help you, your needs in terms of building and scaling your estate agencies. There is also a notification bell. Make sure you give that a ring and you're going to get even more from me going forward. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. I look forward to sharing more soon.